Hey guys, we're going to do a quick little lesson here on leverage. Although it's going to be a quick lesson, it's probably going to be one of the most important lessons in order to survive, especially if you're trying to learn how to become profitable in the Forex, specifically with harmonics. Survival is going to be key. Over leveraging yourself when you first start out is not a good idea. In fact, it's never a good idea. Or using much leverage, you need to prove to yourself that you know how to do this before you put money on it. So we're going to show you how you do that today. The whole gimmick surrounding marketing and leverage of 500 to 1 is exactly that. It's a bunch of BS just to get you in the front door to get your money into an account. That's what the brokers need. So we want to beat that, and we actually want to succeed. So we're not going to use the margin leverage that our broker gives us. Okay, so first of all, there's two different things. There's something called margin leverage, right? And this is a 500 to 1 that you would have seen when you opened up your account, or they could have offered you 400 to 1. Then we have position leverage, okay, and this is what we're going to look at today. And position leverage is totally different than margin leverage. In fact, when you control your position leverage, you never need to worry about your margin leverage, okay? So that's what we're going to look at. To show you and to demonstrate what your position leverage should be, you should not be any higher than 5 to 1. And how do we get that? Well, we take our position size and we divide by our account size. Okay, we're going to go through a few examples with different account sizes. You can see we have a $10,000, a $2,300, and a $143,000 account. And we're going to basically look at some trades and figure out what kind of leverage we should be using with our account size. Okay, so first of all, how do we calculate that? We'll go through some examples. If we have an account size of 10,000 and we trade 10 micro lots or 1 mini lot, you're looking at a 1-to-1 ratio, right? You have $1,000 in position size or contract size in the market, or 10,000, you have 10,000 in your account. So you don't have anything more, anything less than what you're putting into your account. So it's like you're putting it all in, right? You're at 1-to-1. If you were to put 2 mini lots in and you had a $10,000 account, you're now at 2-to-1 leverage. So you have twice as much money in the market. You have 2 contract sizes at 10,000, so that's 20,000 in the market, but your account size is only 10,000. So your leverage 2-to-1. Okay. If we had $143,000 in our account and we had, let's just say, 5 standard lots, what is our leverage size? And this is what we have to do to calculate it. So what we do is we divide our position size by our leverage size. So 5 times 100,000, 500,000, right? Our account size is 143,000. So in order to find that out, what we do is we take our 500,000 and we divide that by our account size, and it tells us that we're 3.49 and whatever to 1. Okay, so we're below our maximum of 5 to 1. If you had an account size of 2,300 and you were trading 2 mini lots, you then have to calculate the same way. So you have 20,000 in contract size. You have 2,300 in your account. What you want to do is you want to take the sum of that. So that's going to be C16 divided by our account size, which is D16. And it tells us that we're leveraged 8.69 to 1. This is what you do not want. This 5 to 1 is what you're looking for. Okay, anything 5 to 1 or less, this would be considered over leveraged. Okay, because if you have 8.6 times as much money what's in your account in the market, so you have 20,000 in the market and your account size is only 2,300, you do not have a lot of opportunities to make trades in the market without your account going to zero. Okay, so what you want to do is keep your account size below 5 to 1. Now, most of our trades are going to be something like 3 to 1 or maybe 2 to 1. Very rare will you go up to 5 to 1. You know, you might do that maybe 5 times a year or once a month, if that. So it all depends if you know what you see is what you like, and you have good probability, and you have strong probability, then you might want to go up to a higher leverage. If you don't, if it's something like a Sunday night or Friday, when you don't have a lot of volume in the market, then you might want to look at something called negative leverage. And what's negative leverage? Negative leverage is when you have a $10,000 account and you have one micro lot. Okay, so you're looking at very minimal gains, you're looking at very minimal losses as well, but you're also looking at controlling your risk. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. So that's called negative leverage. So you can either use 2 to 1, 3 to 1, maybe most common 1 to 1. Anything above 5 to 1 is a little risky, outrageous, should we say. 8.69 is almost getting borderline unacceptable. Lehman Brothers was 65 to 1 and they went under. So you can see how leverage can drastically damage an account. So when you look at every trade you want to make sure that you're not going to be using more contract size or your position size here than what you have in your account size. Going forward, that should be a rule that you figure out before you place any trade, is how much are you leveraging yourself. And there's going to come a time where, you know, you don't have to calculate all this. You'll just know that, okay, I have $10,000 in my account, or let's just say 12,000. If I place 2 minis, then I'm okay. If I place 10 minis, then I'm up the creek without a paddle. You know, there's different times when we want to use different leverage, and you don't want to exceed the max, and you don't want to always play the minimum, but you have to be able to survive, and that's what we're doing here, talking about leverage today. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll do a little quiz on leverage, and hopefully you guys get that. If you have any questions, please do ask. I do encourage you.